An extremist cannot be a Democrat. Al-Jolani, who continues in act in line with Al-Qaeda and ISIS ideology, hasn't changed. Recently, extremist factions launched a brutal attack on Kurdish civilians in the Sheikh Maqsoud and Ashrafia neighborhoods of Aleppo, using heavy weapons and artillery. They also incited Sunni Arab tribes to declare general mobilization against Kurdish forces, fueling sectarian hatred.
نحن ثوار ومجاهدي رأس العين نعلن النفير العام في منطقة نبع السلام على عصابات البككة والتي تدعم فلول النظام في الساحل السوري وفلول النظام في السويداء وفي درعا والسلام.
The perpetrators justified their barbaric assault on unarmed civilians by claiming that these residents were affiliated with the Syrian Democratic Forces solely because they are Kurdish. Residents of Sheikh Maqsoud and Ashrafiyeh took to the streets in large-scale protests calling on Mazloum Abde to intervene, as they continue to suffer under the suffocating blockade imposed by forces affiliated with Syrian Ministry of Defense. Despite the protests, government troops and extremist militias continue to amass tanks and heavy weaponry around the two neighborhoods in preparation for a ground incursion. They fire tear gas, live ammunition, and artillery shells randomly at civilians, under the pretext of fighting the SDF, even though the nearest SDF position lies roughly 50 kilometers east of Aleppo's city center.
للشيخ مقصود بسم الله والله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله.
At the same time, state-affiliated propaganda and fake media figures disguised as journalists intensified hate campaigns against the Kurds, spreading incitement and misinformation.
الآن قامت عصابات قسد بإدخال مجموعات بين المدنيين باستهداف الأمن العام بشكل مباشر، مما أدى لوقوع إصابات وسط اشتباكات عنيفة الآن دارت بين إدارة الأمن العام على أطراف الأشرفية والشيخ مقصود.
As a result, several civilians were injured and some succumbed to their wounds. The Ministry of Defense has refused to take responsibility for this assault. Ultimately, resistance from the local population and the Kurdish Internal Security Forces, Asayish, forced the aggressors to accept a ceasefire. However, this truce